Are you ready to explore the future of food sustainability? Join us for an insightful webinar as part of the International Symposium on Agriculture and Environment 2025 Pre-Symposium series. Smart Food for a Sustainable World will be delivered by Professor Udaya Rathnayake, an expert in food science and technology from Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Learn how innovative food solutions are shaping a greener, more sustainable future. Mark your calendars, 31st March 2025 from 7 to 8 p.m. Don't miss out. Be part of the conversation on smart food for a sustainable world. See you there. Are you ready to explore the future of food sustainability? Join us for an insightful webinar as part of the International Symposium on Agriculture and Environment 2025 Pre-Symposium series. Smart Food for a Sustainable World will be delivered by Professor Udaya Rathnayake, an expert in food science and technology from Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Learn how innovative food solutions are shaping a greener, more sustainable future. Mark your calendars, 31st March 2025 from 7 to 8 p.m. Don't miss out. Be part of the conversation on smart food for a sustainable world. See you there. Are you ready to explore the future of food sustainability? Join us for an insightful webinar as part of the International Symposium on Agriculture and Environment 2025 Pre-Symposium series. Smart Food for a Sustainable World will be delivered by Professor Udaya Rathnayake, an expert in food science and technology from Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Learn how innovative food solutions are shaping a greener, more sustainable future. Mark your calendars, 31st March 2025 from 7 to 8 p.m. Don't miss out. Be part of the conversation on smart food for a sustainable world. See you there. Are you ready to explore the future of food sustainability? Join us for an insightful webinar as part of the International Symposium on Agriculture and Environment 2025 Pre-Symposium series. Smart Food for a Sustainable World will be delivered by Professor Udaya Rathnayake, an expert in food science and technology from Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Learn how innovative food solutions are shaping a greener, more sustainable future. Mark your calendars, 31st March 2025 from 7 to 8 p.m. Don't miss out. Be part of the conversation on smart food for a sustainable world. See you there. Are you ready to explore the future of food sustainability? Join us for an insightful webinar as part of the International Symposium on Agriculture and Environment 2025 Pre-Symposium series. Smart Food for a Sustainable World will be delivered by Professor Udaya Rathnayake, an expert in food science and technology from Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka. Learn how innovative food solutions are shaping a greener, more sustainable future. Mark your calendars, 31st March 2025 from 7 to 8 p.m. Don't miss out. Be part of the conversation on smart food for a sustainable world. See you there.
Hello everyone. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to today's Pre-Symposium webinar series organized as part of the International Symposium on Agriculture and Environment, ISAE 2025. ISAE 2025, hosted by the Faculty of Agriculture, University of Ruhuna, Sri Lanka, is set to take place on 2nd September this year at the Gold Pace Hotel, Colombo. This year, we are excited to focus on the theme driving innovations in agricultural technologies for climate action and sustainability. We are also delighted to announce that abstract submissions are now open. We, we encourage all of you to contribute by submitting your valuable research communications under various sub-themes. For more details, please visit our website. Now, let me extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished speaker, Professor Udaya Rathnayake, who will be sharing his insights today on smart food for a sustainable world. Dear sir, we are honored to have you with us today. And I would like to warmly welcome Dr. Madhuka Subodhini, our moderator for today's session, a renowned academic and experienced organizer of international events like ISAE. She currently serves as the head of the Department of Food Science and Technology, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Ruhuna, and was also the past coordinator of ISAE 2024. A heartfelt thank you to all our local and international participants who have joined us today. We truly appreciate your presence and hope this session will be both insightful and engaging. So, without further delay, let's begin. I now invite Dr. Madhuka Subodhini to take over as the moderator. Dr. Subodhini, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anushka, the co-secretary of ISC 2025. I hope you will be, audible for me. Okay? Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Great evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's such a pleasure and privilege to be served as the moderator of the second Pre-Symposium webinar ISC 2025 to talk about smart food for sustainable world. So if I briefly talk about ISC, you know that ISC 2025 is a kind of special program where broadcasting, not only through the online, but also as a physical event. So it's an international symposium on agriculture and environment, which is organized as an annual event by the Faculty of Agriculture, University of Ruhuna, Sri Lanka. So actually, this is the 15th time we organize under the theme Driving Innovations in Agricultural Technologies for Climate Action and Sustainability. So, time to time, we are experiencing some issues or conflicts between the agriculture and as well as the natural environment. So being professionals, I think we need to explore some possibilities, opportunities, establishing down to earth to resolve those, ensuring sustainability of the agriculture sector by forwarding food security through impactful research findings. So I'm very much honored to introduce speaker for today's pre-symposium webinar of ISC 2025. What a remarkable personality he has. It extends beyond. He is none other than Senior Professor Udaya Rathnayake. So Professor Udaya has served as the Vice Chancellor of the Sabaragamuwa University of Sri Lanka 2020-2023, and currently serving as the Professor at the Department of Food Science and Technology, Faculty of Applied Sciences, University of Sabaragamuwa. Not only served as the Vice Chancellor, but also he has contributed as the Dean between 2013 to 2020, right? So Professor Udaya actually has been working in food technology as well as the biotechnology for more than 20 years. So he has obtained his PhD in food engineering and bioprocess technology at Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand in 2009. So his PhD dissertation was optimization and evaluation of molecular methods for rapid detection and quantification of Salmonella enterica in contaminated food. So what about the master degree? He has obtained his master's in 2004 in the field of biotechnology at Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya, Sri Lanka. The thesis title was Molecular Characterization of Viral Relatives of Okra. So I'm greatly proud of being introducing Professor Udaya as one of our alumni. He has obtained his bachelor's in agriculture, specializing agricultural biology at the Faculty of Agriculture, University of Ruhuna in 2001. So Professor Udaya has been working in the administrative field more than 15 years. And recently we experienced, it's been remarkably, he has served a competent authority of University of Ruhuna, been contributing his valuable time, thoughts, and the capacity to the well-being of the university community. So in addition to what he has contributed so far, he has been working as the member of the editorial board of world famous high impact factor index journals such as American Journal of Technology, Journal of Applied Sciences, Trends in Applied Sciences Research, etc. In addition, so he's working as a resource person of numerous awareness sessions, training programs in the field of food science, technology, bioprocess engineering, and biotechnology. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the presentation, you may have the opportunity to raise your questions, make any comments, suggestions via chat, Q&As, question and answer section, or raising your hands. So I would like to introduce Professor Udaya as an eminent research scientist as well as a great academia in Sri Lankan University. So I'd like to invite Professor Udaya to deliver your lecture. Sir, floor is over to you.
Thank you. Okay, good evening to all of you. I think you can hear me as well as you can see me, and the presentation also you can see which I have shared. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of International Symposium on Agriculture and Environment, ISAE 2025, for inviting me for this important pre-symposium webinar. And also, I would like to thank Dr. A.M. Subodhini, Head of the Department of Food Science and Technology, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Ruhuna, and the coordinator of this program for your nice introduction, rather exaggerated introduction. And also, I would like to mention that I know we are having here today heterogeneous audience. Maybe some of you may be from the field of food science, some of you may not. Because of that, I thought of having a presentation without many technical details, but having some concepts and ideas which anyone can easily grab. Saying that, and also saying this, I would like to go further. The other thing I would like to mention before going to the next actual slide is that I might ask some questions in the first few slides. Those questions may be having a relationship to the previous question, maybe not. It's like questions that we ask in your childhood with our friends and enjoy, like how many steps you want to put elephant into refrigerator. Then our friend give so many answers, different answers. Then finally we say 3 steps, open the door of the refrigerator, put the elephant and close the door. And then we ask another question, okay, how many steps to put a giraffe into refrigerator? Then some will right away say 3 steps. Some may say different numbers, different steps numbers. Some may say you have to break the neck of the giraffe and so on. And then finally we say all the are not correct. We have to have 4 steps. We have to first open the door and then take the elephant out, then put the giraffe in and close the door. Likewise, we have played this game, which having relationship to the previous question, or sometimes, though we expect a relationship, there is no relationship. So similar kind of questions that I'm going to ask from you in first few slides, but I know that you can't answer, but you can think of an answer and engage with me. The first question that I would like to ask is how many days a person survive without food? How many days? You can think the answer now. How many days? It is 2 to 3 months. If you have air to breathe, if you have water to drink, you can survive without food 2 to 3 months. But the maximum is 3 months. It means without food, you can't survive more than 3 months. It means foods are important for our life. The second question that I would like to ask is, does Earth have enough food for everyone? So some of you I know may say yes, some of you may say no, but the answer is yes. There is no global food shortage. When I say this, some may disagree with me, because we produce more than enough food to feed everyone in the world. We produce food enough to feed 10 billion people, but at the moment we are having nearly 8.3 billion people in the world. So the food produced are enough to feed all the people in the world. The next question. So you can keep in mind the first answer that you give in the previous question. Does anyone experience hunger in the world? If you go with the previous answer, you may say no, but the answer is yes. Nearly 733 million people are going hungry every day in the world. Even today, 733 million people are going hungry. And also around 2.3 to 2.4 billion people globally face moderate or severe food insecurity. So this number, when you see this number, you can, if you remember the previous number, this is quarter of the total population in the world. It means quarter of the total population in the world face food insecurity, severe one or moderate one. On the other hand, if I ask, does anyone suffer from overnutrition? Now you are now familiar with this questioning thing. The answer is yes, because of overnutrition, obesity may be there, and because of that, so many health problems may be arise. If I give some data, more than 1 billion people in the world are now living with obesity right now. That is nearly 880 million adults and 159 million children and adolescent age between 5 to 19 years. And also it has been predicted then that 1.2 billion obese adults may be there in 2030. So it's a huge, it's a big number. And if you consider another disease like diabetes, 14% of the world population is having diabetes right now. It is nearly 800 million people in the world. So with this background, if I ask this question, can world hunger be solved? If you give a mathematical answer to this, yes, if you have enough food produced to cater for the requirement of the people in the world, at the same time, some people consume more and some people consume very less. So if you can give that food from the people who consume more to the people who consume less, the problem will be solved. That is kind of a mathematical answer. But all the time, these mathematical answers may not work. I have come across many such suggestions, mathematical suggestions to problems that cannot be solved by using mathematical Solutions, while I was working as administrator, as you mentioned, as the moderator mentioned, in my last 15 years of my time as administration. This problem is um, not a problem that we can solve mathematically because it's a social problem. There are many reasons for this food insecurity in the world. If you see some of the reason, one reason is population growth. Though we say that at the moment we are having nearly 8.3 billion people in the world, this is continuously in having a rapid growth, so rapidly increasing. So we have to think about serving the people, providing food for the future generation. So we have to consider the population growth that is create a huge risk for insecurity in the world. The other one, the most prominent one is poverty. Because of poverty in the world, for some areas of the world, they are not having access to food. The reason, because of the poverty, they are not having access. The food is there somewhere else, but they are not having access because of no financial capability to access for the food. The other one is climate change. We can talk about effect of climate change on agricultural production in even many seminars for many days. For all of you know the effect of climate change on agricultural food production. So that also have effect to food insecurity. At the same time, political instability inside countries because of inside reason, as well as because of geopolitical and international political reason, the stability created in countries like, for example, the situation in Ukraine now, the situation was in Libya, or situation in Palestine, because of political and other international political instability. There is problem of supplying food, and there is food insecurity. At the same time, the other reason is food waste. Though we say we produce food more than enough for the people in the world, out of the product, nearly 30% go as waste. So now, even mathematically, we can say we can analyze the problem and say it is not possible to serve all the people adequately in the world, because though we produce nearly 30% go as waste. That is another problem. The other one is natural disasters. Because of some natural disasters, sometimes this food insecurity is there. For example, the tsunami happened to our country, and the recent earthquakes happened few hours before, maybe last few days in Myanmar and Thailand. Such situations also are reasons for food insecurity in the world. When I look for information in the internet related to this topic that I'm delivering, I come across this idea. I just thought of sharing with you this idea. It's very nice. If you imagine the Earth as a giant spaceship, it is finite. We can't expand the Earth. At the same time, resource in the Earth also limited. We don't have infinity amount of resources in the world. But as giant ship or giant spaceship, which is going around the sun, it should have on board everything necessary to keep all its passengers comfortable, fed, and entertained. So with this idea, you can, if you imagine such a situation, and if you think it's okay, if it is in this that line, this spaceship need everything, but the resources are limited. That is why we need to think about sustainability, because this ship will go and it will not stop. There are generation and generation will come in future. That is why we have to think about sustainability. that is why I think the United Nations declared this Sustainable Development Goals. And when they declare, they have given a good recognition to this sector of food. As you can see, its second goal is to have zero hunger in the world. So directly, that is related to food insecurity. And also even this good health, the third one, also having a relationship with the first one, second one, zero hunger, and no poverty, also having a relationship with this one, and many others. For example, the 12th one, responsible consumption and production, that is also having a relationship with food insecurity and sustainable ways of handling this issue. With that, I would like to come to this point and define the smart food. If someone asks what are smart food, and there are many definitions. Out of that, these two definitions, I was interested on these two definitions. One is food that fulfill all criteria of being good for you, that is nutritious and healthy, good for the planet, environmentally sustainable, and good for the farmer, climate smart, potential to increase yield, and multiple uses. This is one definition. The other definition is food that are nutritionally optimized, environmentally sustainable, and produced using innovative methods. If you see these two definitions, you may see these two definitions are kind of having many similarities, but I can see a difference. For this presentation, I highlighted this difference. For example, this one, the first definition, if you go for the first definition, I think this definition is kind of a natural kind of definition. This definition lead to find smart food or recognize smart food from the existing foods or existing crops. This is a natural kind of a definition. The second definition is kind of a technologically advanced definition, though it's a smaller one. In that definition, it defined, according to that definition, the smart food, it lead to smart food that can be produced using some advanced technological methods. So the first definition lead to recognize smart food from the available, and the second definition to create smart food using new technology. So I will first discuss something related to first definition, and then we'll come to the second definition. If I go for the first definition, please keep in mind the smart food should be good for you, that means consumer, good for the planet, and good for the farmer. When I search information related to that definition, I found many information and many research, many reports and projects related to recognizing smart food. One of such report is this one, Future Smart Food report submitted, prepared and submitted by FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, which was submitted in 2018 in Bangkok, which discuss about potential future smart food in 8 countries in South and Southeast Asia. This is actually focus on South Asia and Southeast Asia. Those 8 countries are Bangladesh, Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar, Bhutan, Laos, Nepal, and India. In these countries, they have done several studies and identified different food that can be recognized as smart food or future smart food. Some cereals, and this is kind of a amalgamated table. Some cereals, root and tubers, some pulses, fruit and vegetables, nuts, seeds, and spices. Some have been identified from these countries as future smart food. If you want to know about smart food, future smart food identified for each and every country. That is also possible if you read this report. Okay. In that report, they have identified millet and sorghum as future smart food. I will just take that as example and explain why those can be recognized as future smart food. To be future smart food, as I mentioned before, it should good for you. If you take millet and sorghum, they are having high iron content, comparatively high iron content, and also low glycemic index, and 3 times of calcium compared to milk, and high dietary fiber content. And also it can be used to diversify our food and having a diversified meal. And it is having 2 times more protein than milk. And they are having high antioxidant content, and they are gluten free, and also contain high amount of zinc. Because of these reasons, those can be used as, those will help us to prevent and manage diseases like diabetes, osteoporosis, anemia, hypertension, and so on. I will not go in detail each and every disease and how it can be managed and what are the nutrients or other ingredient contained in those smart food to cater that. I will not go in that detail as I mentioned before. And also it helps us to care during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Also, these provide good quality nutrition for children. And also it helps to manage your weight. For example, they are having a high amount of dietary fiber. Because of that, we will feel like full for longer time. Because of that, we will not consume more and more food, because that our weight will be managed in a good manner. And also it will increase energy level. That means you will have good endurance, you will have energy all the time, because this food will release energy not at once. They will release energy gradually. Because of that, you will be kind of endurance person who is having energy all the time. And good for the planet. These identified smart food are good for the planet because they need less amount of water. So one problem of agriculture is that we have to have many steps, and many cost is there, and many environmental effect when we try to provide or when we try to irrigate our crops. Sorry. So this plant require less amount of water. That is kind of a advantage. Because of that, this is good for the planet. And also they grow faster. Because they grow faster, it is good for the planet, because the amount of resources that we need to use may be less. At the same time, sorry. At the same time, they required minimal amount of fertilizer and pesticide. Because of that, the effect to the environment due to fertilizer and pesticide may be also very less. Because of that, it's good for the planet. And also technically it is having low carbon footprint as well. And also it's good for the farmer, because they are having high yield potential. And also they are having multiple uses. We can use them as fodder and feed for animal, and food for us, and also for biofuel production, and also industry like brewing industry. And also they can be survived in the very difficult condition like dry and hot condition. That is also good for the farmer. Because of this reason, those are good for the farmer as well. With this idea, different countries have introduced many different projects and policies. For example, on World Food Day in 2020, during ceremony to mark the 75th anniversary of United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, declared 17 biofortified varieties of 8 crops. In that, there were some crops which have been identified as smart crops for the country, and those were recognized. And in this program, government of India asked people and the government officers to use those in their different food program, like midday meal program and such. And not only the countries of Southeast Asia and South Asia, in other countries also some attempts have been made to recognize smart food from their countries and use those in different projects, like this project which is funded by Norway and Poland, engaging citizens in food diversity in cities. In this project, which was implemented in Norway, in this project, it was expected to grow their own food in the corridors of buildings, and expected to reduce greenhouse gas emission and waste of food and the cost of transportation, and improve their physical and mental well-being and so on. This is another one, smart protein project, which is also policy tools for promoting alternative proteins in the EU countries. There are also some of the crops identified as smart crops or smart foods. So what about Sri Lanka then? Have we also identified smart food for the country, which are available or which are exist in the country? Yes, there have been some attempt. If I ask from you, what you suggest as smart food match for Sri Lanka, sometimes you might suggest some cereals, sometimes some grains, but in today's presentation, I would like to suggest root and tuber crops as the crops that are having the highest potential to be recognized as smart food for Sri Lanka. So we have done some research. So we have done some publications also from our research group on these root and tuber crops. Not only us, some other researchers, even in University of Ruhuna and University of Peradeniya, University of Sri Jayawardenepura, and in some research institute, they have done research on different aspects of these root and tubers, traditional root and tubers available in the country, which are underutilized, but having very good potential to be recognized as future smart food for the country. But at the same time, I would like to say that we have not done a comprehensive kind of a research. So if we need to recognize them as future smart food for the country, according to the definition that we are discussing now, we have to have a project clearly targeting that, and also cover the whole island, and all the different type of these traditional root and tubers should be considered. If we do that, we can also have recognized future smart food for us, for our country. And now I would like to move to the second definition, that is food that are nutritionally optimized, environmentally sustainable, and produced using innovative method. To recognize as smart food according to this definition, those should be nutritionally optimized. For example, the vitamin content of those food or mineral content or protein content should be increased by using advanced technological method. One example for that is biofortified crops like golden rice. And also they should be having an environmental impact, good environmental impact, such as reduced carbon footprint, low water and land use, and so on. For example, plant-based alternative for animal product are having this character. And also those should be produced using innovative food production technologies, like innovative technologies to produce smart food, like vertical farming or precision agriculture, where we use AI technology, drones, sensors, and so on. And also food waste reduction technologies like fermentation technology or reusing or different using of food waste as food again or as component of food. And also gene editing and bioengineering, that is production of kind of genetically modified organism can be taken as example for that. With that, I would like to give you some examples in the world which we can recognize as smart food according to the second definition. I will quickly go with some countries. In Netherlands, we have vertical farming where they use hydroponic techniques, artificial light, and automated systems to do vertical farming. One company called Plant Lab and Viva are the most prominent in this area in Netherlands. This is this picture. The picture down is the one of the laboratory. You can see they are using different intensity light there after many maybe experiments. Because of that, they have been recognized in many international forums as well, like Forbes Sustainability Leadership Summit. They have participated and contributed. So all these are having something related to sustainability. You can see here, and when I go to the examples of other countries, also that is there, but I will not separately mention it. You can just see it if you are interested. And next one is if you go to Singapore, they have lab-grown meat. That is very interesting. Singapore became the first country in the world to approve the sale of lab-grown meat in 2020. And this lab-grown meat are grown using different techniques like cellular agriculture, tissue engineering, and bioreactors. In this picture is one company, they are this is their this is the day that they start building up their company building. They mentioned breaking ground on better food system. So they are the one who are leading in Singapore in related to this lab-grown meat, and that is in the market now. You can see they are marketing it in very interesting way. You can see all the taste without the blood. Very interesting. And again, if I come to India, as I mentioned before, biofortified crops like golden rice, iron bean, which are produced using genetic engineering and traditional crop breeding. That is also another example. And if you come to United States, plant-based meat alternatives produced by different companies in US using plant material, but these are meat alternatives. almost same as meat, produced by companies like Beyond Meat, Impossible Food like companies. They are having a good advantage in respect to sustainability because low greenhouse gas emission and reduced land water use and land use, improved food security through this plant-based diet, and also those are healthy as well. And in Kenya, insect-based protein project named Farm to Feed, they grow insect and use that insect protein to extract good amount of protein and use as food. I would like to say that similar experiment was conducted in our university. Some of our colleagues using armyworm, and after their research, they developed a method, and that method was commercialized with the commercialization partner called Pharmachem, and they have built a big factory to produce this insect protein in Amilipiti area, and the products are now coming out, but not for human consumption, but at the moment for animal consumption as animal feed. And another example in Australia, seaweed farming. They grow seaweed in sea, and also with the seaweed they grow abalone also. So this is another example. And this is another example. This is not produce something, but using technology to use food in more sustainable manner. Food waste reduction by two different project. One is Rescue Club project, and the one is Metopia project. In Rescue Club project, what they do is they connect consumers and restaurants so that the consumers can purchase surface food for discount rate from the restaurant, so that the food may not be waste. And the other one is Metropia project, that is using artificial intelligence to predict food waste patterns in supply chain, and then that will help to reduce the food waste. And also some other countries like Brazil, they are having a regenerative agriculture project, which is having agroforestry, noting farming, crop rotation, and biofertilizer usage. This is another application of smart technology and smart food production. Then again, what about Sri Lanka? According to this smart food production, new smart food production or new smart food innovations. When it comes to Sri Lanka also, I would say in different universities, different research institute, we have also produced some smart food. And also we have developed method to reduce waste. And also we have developed method to use waste material of food production. I will give you some example. I will give you my own example. I should also have some advertisement for my product now, so I will give some my own example here. Our research group at Sabaragamuwa University developed these smart, I would say smart food, having usage of having ingredient of underutilized plant material, and also having health benefits such as diabetes Sabaragamuwa. This is one product that our research group developed. Now it is in the market, commercialized by a partner group of companies. And this is another product. This is also in the market now, herbal instant soup mix. After so much of research and test, we introduced and we launched this product into the market with the support of commercialization partner. And this one, Soursop wine, another wine, we can say. This is also another product. We try so hard to commercialize this because it is very difficult to take production and commercialization license for alcoholic beverages, but we were lucky to have it after so much of work during maybe more than 1 year with the support of our commercialization partner Cap Organic. They have now built up a huge factory to produce this. The product will be in the market very soon, but we are targeting not only the Sri Lankan market but also the international market. There are so many such new products coming out. I just mentioned 3 products. There are some other products which we have introduced to the market, but I know there are many products introduced by other universities. I got to know about some product introduced by University of Ruhuna when I was there. And also we did many studies as well related to smart food production practices and introduce of new smart food. For example, we study about fruit field qualities as waste material from food producing factories. And after we study, we got to know that they are having very good health benefits, very good quality, so that we did some more research and use it for different food production as ingredient. For example, this one optimization of composite fruit field powder as texture modifier for yogurt. So the outcome of this study was used here for this study and go for some kind of a smart food. And also there are some studies of ours, and the outcome of those studies are also used to produce new smart food in the country. Okay, I think I cover some of the important point related to this topic. If you follow my talk from the beginning to now, you will understand that I deliver my talk using 2 definitions. According to 2 definitions, finally, I would like to propose you that we all should work together and we should identify smart food from Sri Lanka, from the available foods according to the first definition. And also we should develop smart food in Sri Lanka according to the second definition, using different advanced technological applications. Though it's a finally, this is not the final slide, but this is the final slide. Finally, I would like to thank all the creators of material used in this presentation. I use all the material from downloaded from internet, all the reports and photos and all the materials. So I would like to thank them, as well as if you are interested on any material, I can share with you in future if you send me an email. And also you can also download at the same time. And also I would like to thank organizing committee of ISA 2025 for giving this opportunity for me to deliver this talk. And also I would like to thank all of you, the audience, for listening to my presentation. I know that there will be some question and answering session. So I share online one of our healthy and smart tea and smart wine. You can share it online and ask some questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Udaya, sir, for your valuable and eye-opening presentation. So, participants, if you have any question, please raise your voice or put your message in the chat box. Yes. Meanwhile, sir, I
Yeah,
have a small question. Yes.
yeah.
Actually, both of us deal with food technology, food processing. So basically, what we know that foods are we produce to fulfill our hunger first. So as you clearly mentioned, not only fulfilling the hunger, but also we expect some kind of nutrients. It should be nutritious. Actually, we expect more nutrients. But we all know that during processing, when we add some value or a fortifying, when we apply heat treatments, so most of the nutrients are destroyed. And ultimately, we will get kind of a residue. Then ultimately, we are trying to add some value by fortifying with some synthetic chemicals. So what we can do, I think among the participants, we may have some, industrial people who are engaged with food processing. So what do you think, sir? Do you have any, suggestions?
Yeah, I think you also know that there is one concept called minimally processed food. So, so we have to do more and more research and find out ways that we can uh, keep, because we produce food and we give this heat treatment and all those treatment and some chemicals to improve the shelf life of food.
Yes.
So if we can improve the shelf life using some other technique like techniques which we can use for minimal processing, minimal processing technique, then this problem will be solved up to some extent. But there are many research carried out related to these advanced technologies, food processing technologies, setting up factories using these treatments, heat treatments, chemical treatments, other things. But the industry may not that much interested on find out ways and means for minimal processing at the moment. But if we can do research and find out method to have the same results by using minimal processing technologies, that would be well taken by the industry, because those will be cost effective as well. That is one suggestion I can
Yes.
give at the moment. There may be some other ideas from the audience as well.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. There's a question raised by one of participants. He or she is asking, sir, what about leafy vegetables as smart food? Because we Sri Lankans have huge number of leafy vegetables here.
Yeah, yeah, that is also a good suggestion. Leafy vegetables also can have a smart food, but we have to analyze its composition and also whether it's matched with the condition that we are having, and whether it's possible to grow in high quantities and so on. And that is good suggestion, as all of you know, not only leafy vegetable, some plant leaf as moringa leaf is considered, all of you know, moringa leaf is considered as one of the richest source of some minerals. Those kind of things we can use as smart food. And also we can even we can think of developing those into processed product, like leafy vegetable powders or some other leaf vegetable food product which use leafy vegetable, maybe with some flour. Together we produce leafy vegetable and different some flour we can use, maybe from traditional root crop or from already used root crop, and composite food product we can think of. Or even as it is. That is also a good suggestion, but we have to do some research and find out which leafy vegetable is matched to be recognized as smart food.
Yes, I think such kind of value-added products, same as you mentioned, composite flour-based cookies, kind of bakery products that we can produce using this powdered form of leaf vegetables. So sometimes when we produce some products like beverages with the pasteurization, we experience that we cannot keep that product for longer, even at the refrigerated conditions. So that's the main issue actually we are experiencing when we develop kind of beverages using leafy vegetables. Yes. So
Yeah,
that's a question. Yes, sir.
maybe the reason is that some contaminations happen. If we can prevent from contamination from the ingredient level, because most of the time from the ingredient supply level, the contaminations are happening. So if we can have dedicated farmers for a factory, dedicated group of farmers, then
Yes.
this problem will be partially solved, because
Ah.
if we can minimize the contamination.
Hmm.
I will give you one example. Now, recently, one department was formed as Department of Cinnamon Department of Cinnamon. It was there in Export Agriculture Department earlier, and now we have Department of Cinnamon. And then they discuss with China to export cinnamon to China. There's a huge market there. Then Chinese buyers, they come up with a condition that they should have recognized suppliers, and for those recognized suppliers, there should be recognized farmers.
Hmm.
So then it's a kind of a cluster. Then they will monitor from the beginning to the end. Such kind of application, if we can have for leafy vegetable and RTS, as you mentioned, this contamination can be minimized in a way. At the same time, some of the problem like this leaf vegetable especially sometimes may contain heavy metals. Those kind of problem also can be minimized using that kind of a strategy.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you very much, sir. There are many questions. It's been from the audience. Mr. Ranjit Pathiran is asking, this is more a comment than the question. Okay. At the New Zealand Institute for Plant and Food Research, we had a tasting panel for fried insects, crickets, a special breed. He's talking about kind of insects as suggested as a smart food for the sustainable world.
Yeah, insect proteins are very well used. I have also had a chance to consume those. But when you consume,
still, people are hesitating, yes, sir.
No, yeah, in our country.
Yes.
But in some countries, even as you mentioned, I studied in Thailand for some time. There you can, even when you go to the market, you can buy insect. It's like we have අපි කඩල කොටු ගන්නවා වගේ, you can buy all the university student also and school children, they buy those as snack and eat and go in buses and all after school.
Yes.
It's very common.
There's another question asking one of the participants. Have you conducted research on sun-dried fish processing? If yes, how long do you think sun-dried products, fish, could last?
I'm sorry, I have not
about the shelf life, sun-dried. So another participant asking about, we know the seaweed are cultivated in Sri Lanka, but the consumption as a high protein food is very limited in Sri Lanka. What are the strategies we can increase the consumption of such products among Sri Lankans as good protein and mineral source? It's asking by, I think, Professor Rajikamara Singh. Yes.
Yeah, these seaweed cultivated in Sri
Seaweed
Lanka.
cultivation.
Yeah, the seaweed cultivated in Sri Lanka are not actually used for product development, which is matched with our food culture. I think he's asking how to promote this, right? I would like to suggest if we can I understand the food culture of the country and produce some very well recognized and very product which are having high demand, uh, similar to those product. If we can produce something using seaweed, that can be initially popularized. So initially popularized, we have to go with something already available, at least near to something already available. I think that is the
Yes.
reason. But from seaweed, some food material extracted and used in the country in high quantities. But if you think of promoting seaweed in the country, we have to introduce into some available dishes first.
Of course, yes. Sometimes throughout, junk foods, if we can introduce first, no, seaweeds, yes. That's actually one of methods we can, practice at first. So another participant is asking about when it comes to food industry, what we experience is adulterations to gain more profits. When we introduce smart food, what are the ways to ensure their authenticity and earn consumer acceptance?
Yeah, that is really a big problem. For adulteration, there are different techniques to detect adulterations, including a molecular detection method, but those are very costly. So we may not be able to do it in Sri Lanka to all the available food samples. But to avoid adulteration, some kind of certification, if we can introduce some kind of certification for ingredient and also the process and to the product, so that someone will go and check the ingredient and check the process as well as final product time to time and certify that this is produced without adulteration, and time to time adulteration detection. Otherwise, there is no other way to avoid adulteration. This happens.
Yeah, thank you very much. I too agree with your comment. There's another question asking about the policies. What policies and incentives are needed to encourage a shift towards more sustainable food consumption patterns? It's coming from Sabaragamuwa University. Yeah, the question.
Okay. So, policy development related to the field of food is not in that good condition in the country. If we look for sustainable food culture in the country, not really policies. Policy development also may not work. Some traditions or some ideas we should plant in the population, because we waste so much of material, so much of food produced in the country. If you just go to a party, or if you go to a wedding ceremony, you can see how much of food wasted. Even if you go to a hotel and go to backside of the hotel, you can see how much of wasted food are there. So some food cultures, food traditions may be more beneficial for the country at the moment than policies. For example, if you remember, once there was a policy for transportation of vegetables. You have to use, in that policy, it says that you have to use plastic trace transfer. But then there was a huge protest came against that, and then that policy was not properly implemented. If that was implemented, I think it is good for the farmers as well. But at that time, the intermediate personals, they didn't like that. But if you can have some kind of attitude change using some idea planting. I will just give you some example. If when I was going to school, when we go in bus, it was very difficult to go in bus because there was so much of smokers, and it was very common. And then there was a campaign against smoking, and that without any policy implementation, by this campaign and some attractive advertisement and so on, it was able to avoid that. Now you can't see it. Even in common places, you can't see. Very rarely you can see in places some hide. They hide and do that. So that is the way that we can tackle this at the moment. For food also, we have to have that kind of ideas, and those ideas should be planted in the society using different techniques like different campaigns and advertisement, and introducing to our study material, and from the childhood some cultural changes. Those things will be work.
Thank you very much, sir. And another question is asking by Umedya. What are the key challenges and opportunities in promoting smart foods in Sri Lanka? And how can we integrate locally available ingredients to develop sustainable and nutritious smart food products? It's a kind of broad perspective question. Yeah.
The problems are when we do research to develop smart food, we will face different type of research related problems. I will just say one. You will be facing many difficulty when you try to get the ethical clearance for human trials. Just one example. So those kind of research-based barriers are there. Other than that, another barrier is consumer acceptance barrier. As we discussed, if you introduce insect-based protein, what about consumer acceptance? We have studied about consumer acceptance of Sri Lankan population on genetically modified food. Even some people, they are consume genetically modified food unknowingly. When we ask, they don't like it. So consumer acceptance, how we can have consumer acceptance, that is another challenge. There and someone asked, for development of policies related to smart food production, and development of standards. There are so many things that we have to do. Those will come as challenges, and get the people to adhere to those developed standard policies and so on. The other part of question was, I can't remember now.
About the challenges as well as the opportunities.
Yeah, that there are so many opportunities. There are so many opportunities because we have not explored this one yet adequately. Because of that, there are so many food plants and other materials that are used as food in early generations, and also which are not used now, which are having very good characters. We can use those to produce smart food. Finally, she had something else also. I can't remember now. Sorry for
Sorry,
that.
sir. Yeah, I missed the question too.
Yeah.
Sir, excuse me, sir. One member is waiting to ask some questions. So, Dr. Anushka, so if you can let him.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, now he is not available.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Extremely sorry. All right. So, another question is
Madam,
asking.
he's available, right?
Okay. Let's give him a chance.
Please, Doctor. Yeah.
Sir, good evening.
Good
Actually,
evening.
sir, the question was asked. That's why I lowered my hand. Actually, I want to say, sir, it's one suggestion because people are more likely to consume natural foods rather than processed food. I think Dr. Madhuka also said that during the processing period, some nutritions were lower. Actually, I also have some experience in before 2 months ago. Sir, I was in the supermarket and I just bought one orange juice. I read all ingredients, but sir, everything was there rather than orange.
Orange.
That's the problem, sir. So, sir, I think we have to do some policies and we have to put some regulations because nowadays so many small industries like some ස්වයංක්‍රීය කරන ඔය කට්ටිය sir, ගොඩක් වෙලාවට එයාලා they are trying to produce some these processing foods. So I think, sir, there are no barriers, there are no regulations to manage. I think, sir, I will just know, is there any institute in Sri Lanka to control this or check these ingredients or something?
No, actually, there are standards, ISO standard and all for some of the aspects, not for all. And to check those, only these PHIs are the ones who check. We have Food Act. According to Food Act, the responsibilities have been given to some people. So that is the only way of regulating it. But as you very clearly mentioned, because there are so many SMEs coming into the market, this regulation mechanism that we are having is not enough. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
And also, sir, I have seen that. I mean, this is just observation. What I have seen so far. Since we were talking about SMEs, most of the entrepreneurs, small scale business people produce some products for the market. They don't have the place to do their analysis because we know that we have just one or two institutes working on food analysis. So for those institutes, they need to pay much, and they don't. They cannot afford such prices, cost of the analysis. So thereby, if we can provide such kind of facility, even from the university side, by charging a small amount, feasible kind of a fair amount for such analysis, that would be benefited for both. Ultimately, that can be society community.
It's good for community. Yeah, that is actually I suggest this so many times, and some of the tests we do as well in our university. Now, to add to you, we have in our laboratories, most of the universities in our laboratories, though we say we don't have equipment and chemicals, we are having many costly equipments, as well as also we have chemicals. Forget chemicals because it's a consumable, but we are having at least from different projects, such as World Bank projects. We have brought many sophisticated instrument which we can use to test. But we use those only for that research, and then after, maybe if we are having another research, maybe, but and also to analyze some samples of final year research student or postgraduate student. Very rarely it will be used. But we have spent a lot of money for those equipments. So by charging little amount for chemicals, if we can provide the service, that is good thing. Then the SMEs also will be developed, and we will do the justice for the money provided by the people of this country to us to have those equipments, because all those say is from World Bank project. or other projects, all those are not grants, those are loans.
Yes, sir. So I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes. There are so many questions rising at the moment. One member is, yes, Dr. Chandima Gajavir is asking about, sir, what's your personal opinion on cultured meat? Especially, excuse me, especially considering that it's not naturally occurring, but since no animal life is sacrificed, it may be healthier for cultural and religious perspectives.
I am for that. I agree, and I am for that cultured meat. That is my personal view. I like it because no animal harm, and produce it using kind of technology, advanced technology. If it is very well tested for other side effects and all, I'm for that. I agree with the cultured meat, which is as I mentioned, introduced in Singapore in 2020.
Right. Thank you very much, sir, for your comment. And members are asking, are there any training programs or initiatives to educate Sri Lankan farmers on smart food production? And what are the best ways to integrate smart food into urban agriculture and home gardening?
At the moment, I don't think that we are having a training program on smart food production as it is, but there are training programs conducted by different parties, such as, for example, agriculture department. They are having training programs for this hydroponics and different type of advanced technology used in agriculture, like planting in polytunnels, greenhouse handling, and so on, and use of technology for that. There are programs, but though it's not directly say those are smart food production training programs, those are also related programs. And the other part, sorry, of the question, I forget the other part.
The person is asking, sir, and what are the best ways to integrate smart food into urban agriculture and home gardening?
Yeah. I show you one project conducted in Norway and Poland. Poland and Norway, especially Norway, and that is called smart cities. In those cities, even in their what do you call office spaces, and also in their housing schemes, even in their corridors, using advanced technologies, they grow plant that can be suggested to some of the areas of Sri Lanka as well, in urban areas. And for home gardening, definitely some of the crops that we would identify in future may be cultivated in home gardens. If you have enough space in our home garden, yes, some of smart food can be introduced for home garden, but without having more advanced technologies. But for urban areas, we can introduce some advanced technologically advanced method of cultivating smart food.
Yes. In addition to what you mentioned, sir, if I add something, we have been working for a school meal program with W. It's F4. Actually, at that program, we experienced that many farmers, especially small scale farmers, would like to have their own home garden, and what they produce, actually what they produce from the home garden, of course, they can directly sell them to the consumers, customers. It's without having any middle person. So I think because of that strategy or a mechanism, of course, we may not have that doubt of making some adulterants, adding some chemical preservatives, because without having any mediators or middleman business people, they can directly sell what they produce from the home garden.
Yeah. When it's come to home gardening, if you remember in COVID-19 period, this was very well promoted. This is also having two sides. We have to think about both sides. One is it's very good to promote home gardening, and it's good that people would have some healthy food, because they will produce their own food, so they will not do any harm to the food. At the same time, if they do home gardening everywhere, or everybody do home gardening, what will happen to the farmers? So that is then may not be economically viable solution. Even when we consider agriculture sector in Sri Lanka, if we take rice farming, for a hectare we have more than enough people working there as farmers. That is why farmers facing different problems. So what actually we should do is we should have advanced technology and take some farmers out of the farming and use them for some other jobs, like producing technological advanced equipment and material and those kind of industries to reduce the per capita cost and increase the per capita income of farmers. That is one way of thinking economically. But in the other hand, if we think scientifically to provide healthy food for all the consumers, that suggestion of having a home garden will be a good solution. So we have to have a balance between this. Anyway.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. There's another participant. It's been mentioned, like, I raise hand, but no chance. I'm really sorry, we haven't seen you. So this is my question. This is a national level problem now, which is animal interaction with our agriculture production. So my suggestion is, can we promote monkey meat and peacock meat? We may go with a good resolution with the problem within the year or two.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
There are some suggestions, yes.
Controversial
Little
suggestion,
bit,
but we can have a good discussion on this. No, this may not be the forum, but we have to have a good discussion.
Of course, I think people consume peacock meat.
Yeah, peacock
You
meat.
know about the monkey meat.
Monkey meat also can consume, but maybe some there is a fear that some diseases come from monkey, so that we have to have a discussion. There may be some religious issues, cultural issues, so many issues also. But it's a good suggestion. But I don't think that this is the forum. We have to have lengthy discussion considering all the aspects to have a kind of conclusion on this idea. But a good idea.
Yes. So actually nowadays government is taking some measurements even to control this, it's mean animal interaction to this agriculture sector. So we will see, how does it work? There's another question raising regarding plant proteins. What are the plant-based protein sources? What are the best plant-based protein sources for vegetarian, and how smart nutrition technology help optimize intake?
Could you please go again? I couldn't follow.
Yes. She's asking, what are the best plant-based protein sources for vegetarian, and how smart nutrition technology help optimize intake? She's asking something about plant-based protein sources.
Yeah. If you can read the FAO report that I mentioned, there they have identified some plants, right? All those plants are having good amount of protein. Now, most commonly used one is soy, right? Soy protein. But there are some other plant which are having a high amount of protein, like the plant identified in some grains identified in and legumes. Some legumes identified in FAO report I mentioned, which was submitted in 2018. If you refer to that with the amount of protein available, you can have the data also. So I can't remember exactly, but those are the plant that we can use as protein sources. At the same time, to use it in our diet, how to develop it, it is, as I mentioned before, first we have to go for the available dishes. We should introduce these things to available dishes and improve it little by little, and then only we can introduce product sold only using those sources.
Yes, I hope so, sir. Yes, there's another question. While thanking for the valuable presentation, she's asking, how can developing countries leverage affordable technologies and local resources to adopt smart food production methods while addressing challenges such as limited infrastructure, financial constraints, and climate vulnerability?
Developing countries, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, developing countries like us first should work on identifying the available or existing such crop as smart crops. That is the first thing that we should do. And as it's mentioned, we might need some time with some economical development to go for very advanced technologies. But some of the technologies, though we feel like those are advanced technologies, those are not that costly. The initial cost may be little high for a farmer, but if there is government support, government projects to promote those technologies with some subsidiaries, then we can also go for those technologically advanced methods. But those I don't propose those to be given as grant or free. Those should be provided to the farmers as loans. then they can have advanced technologically advanced setup in their field with a loan, and then later on they will have good yield and good price for their yield, and by that they can pay back the loan. That should be like that, not that give a loan and give money just as subsidiary.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So, Dr. Anushka, I heard that's one member is waiting to ask question.
Yes, I think Professor Dimuthu waiting.
Okay.
I think already we answered the question.
Okay, right. Thank you. So there's another question, sir, if you let me don't feel so much time.
Radhika,
Yes, Professor Dimuthu, yes.
there is a chance to talk to me.
Yes,
Yes,
that
you
was
can.
difficult.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
I thought that this is just typing and asking question. Anyway, right, I just wanted to ask that about that problem that agricultural situation in the country now. That is about harmful animals, right? And monkeys, peacocks, and other animals, right? I think that this is kind of food science and other the related fields, right? So can we suggest or can we promote some animal meat to the community regarding this problem? For example, I think that we can promote a monkey. That is
Yes.
not Relava, that is Vandura.
Yeah.
Right? We can promote Vanduru mas, right? Monkey to the community. Right?
Yes.
Can't we? I think this is possible, right? I think that is a good solution or a practical solution to the problem right now in the country. Right? That's it. I think this is the national level problem, right? So
yeah, Professor Dimuthu, some of the other participants also suggested the same thing.
Right. Okay.
Then my idea was that we need to have a kind of lengthy discussion about some protest or ideas against this may also arise.
Yeah, that is correct. Maybe we may have so many protests and against discussions from. I know that this is Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah.
Sri Lanka, there are so many temples, churches, and environmental societies, right?
Yeah.
So many things, right? But
even Professor Dimuthu, now we consume chicken, right?
yeah.
But if you say peacock meat, then some problems may come. Some people may say this peacock do this thing, that thing, they affect this way,
Yeah,
and that way to the environment.
that is my question, right? Why
So,
we are considering these things right now? If we
so
can,
we have to consider all those, and finally we have to take a decision. Yes.
if we can eat beef, if we can eat some pork, wild boar, some other animals, why we can't eat peacock?
Yeah,
Why we can't eat monkey?
yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That is my question.
Yeah. At the same time, as food scientist, our duty, I think, Dr. Subudini, our duty, I think, is to develop new food product using this possible product using this animal meat, and then we can say yes, there are different dishes and different food products are available which can use this. We have the technology. If the government take a decision to allow us, we can do that.
Of course,
Also, another thing, if we can't use this as Sri Lankan people, but we can promote this within a tourism area.
Yes, yes.
At least, right?
At least, yes.
Yeah. That is another possible thing, right? For this problem. This is a very huge problem in the Sri Lanka now.
Yeah.
Those animals, right? We can involve this problem as a food scientist, as you.
From our side, we can analyze the meat and we can do those things.
You can give some suggestions. This meat
Yes,
is
we can give some suggestion.
Okay.
What are the nutritional values? So you can
Nutritional values,
give some
different
suggestions.
food products, those things we can do.
Thank you very much, Professor Dimuthu. The question is clear, and now we know that's from the food technologies side, especially the animal and animal product technologies as well as food technologies. They have the role to develop, as Professor Udaya mentioned, suggested. Yes, if we can develop some value-added products using these animals, so of course we can make a tryout, no, at first. Thank you very much, Professor Dimuthu, for raising that question. Yes. So I think now high time to winding up the session because we plan to stop the session by 8, now 8:37. So I would like to thank our eminent professor, Senior Professor Udaya Kumara Rathnayake, so being the speaker of the second webinar, pre-symposium webinar, ISC 2025. So actually, you have done a very great job, sir. Actually, so based on what a informative presentation you have, delivered throughout this webinar session. So actually, members were really interested, and they have given their pleasant comments as well as thanking for you. Actually, at the same time, I would like to thank all the participants. By devoting your valuable time and asking some questions and making some constructive comments. So, sir, again, I would like to thank you. For devoting your valuable time as well as the expert knowledge as well as experiences throughout what you have gained throughout your journey. Been sharing with us. So thank you very much, organizers, for having a wonderful pre-webinar session for ISA 2025. So I would like to invite all the participants to attend ISA 2025, which we organize at the Golf Face Hotel, Kalangu on 2nd of September 2025. So, Dr. Anushka? Yes.
Yes, madam.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
And thank you very much, Dr. Madhuka Subodhini. On behalf of the ISA 2025 Organizing Committee, I extended my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Udaya Rathnayake for sharing his valuable insights on smart food for sustainable world. We truly appreciate your time and expertise, sir. And a special thank to Dr. Madhuka Subodhini for expertly moderating today's session. Your contribution was invaluable in making this event a success. To all our participants, thank you for joining us. We hope this session was insightful and beneficial. A big thank you all to everyone who worked behind the scene to ensure the smooth event. And before we conclude, a quick reminder for you. Your e-certificates will be issued via the Lanka Education and Research Network through the Micro Rewards platform. Once ready, you will receive an email at the address provided during your registration. And also, our next pre-symposium webinar is scheduled for April 25th. And we encourage you to stay connected with us through our website and social media platforms for updates and more details. Once again, thank you all, and we look forward to meeting you again soon, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anushka. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
Dr.
thank you.
Madhuka.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.